Assalamu alaikum. Today's video is the last video in chapter 1. We will talk about the difference between masculine and feminine in Arabic. As we already discussed in the first 3 videos that we have difference while talking to a male or a female. Like when we learned how to say how are you in Arabic, which was ازيك for a male and it was ازيك for a female. So in this video we will focus on how to make those differences between masculine and feminine. The personal pronouns, verbs, and the adjective are the words which are changed from masculine to feminine in the sentence. So if we don't have any of these 3 kinds of words, we don't change anything. Like when we learned how to say hi, which was assalamu alaikum. It was the same from masculine to feminine. So we will search for the personal pronouns or the verb or the adjective so we can change the word. We have 3 signs to change any word from masculine to feminine. The first sign is changing the fatha sound to the kasra sound. If you learned how to read Arabic, you will know what does mean by fatha and kasra. But if you haven't, fatha means the up sound. Zayya, ya, zayyak. But the kasra sound is the down sound, which is zayyik, yik, yik. So zayyak, zayyik. It's only a sign, which is we put it on top of the word or on top of the letter, which is for masculine. But if we put it underneath, it will be for feminine. Like this word is zayyak. If I put it here, it will be for masculine. And if I put it here, it will be for feminine. So the first sign is changing the sound from up sound to down sound. And the first example was ازيك. The second example, we already learned all of those examples in video number 1, 2, and 3, which we were talking about the greetings and how to run a conversation. The second one is شفتك. شفتك. شفتك was in the expression it was nice to see you. اتبسطت إني شفتك. تك. تك is an up sound. تا. تا. And if we make it feminine, it will be شفتك. So شفتك. شفتك. That's how to change from masculine to feminine in this sign or in this way. Example number 3, we already learned in the first classes أشوفك, which means see you later. أشوفك بعدين. See you later. أشوفك. فك. That's male. أشوفك. فك. Example number 4, to change from masculine to feminine is the word اسمك. اسمك. مك. For sure that's masculine. The other one is اسمك. مك. مك. That's for feminine. And the last one, the personal pronouns انت. انت. تا. And for feminine, same writing and in T. T. Just changing this sign, which we put it on top of the letter, to that sign which is underneath. Here and here. So changing the sign from up to down, which change the sound from masculine to feminine. The second sign to change from masculine to feminine is adding a letter at the end. So the second sign, which is adding a letter. This letter. This letter sound is ha sound. Ha. Ha. Like the word عامل. When we learned عامل A, which means how are you, we say عامل A is for masculine. But if you want to say it for a female, it will be عاملة. عاملة. له. That sound of ha sound. So عامل and عاملة is the difference between masculine and feminine. So if I want to change it, I will add this letter and write it عاملة. So عامل, it changed to عاملة. But there is a big difference between عامل and عاملة because there will be a change in the syllables. The first syllable is عامل, one part and the other part, but عاملة, still the same letters, but we make it faster. We don't stress on the same parts. So عاملة, not عامل, no, we stopped here, so we changed the syllables. عاملة. That's the first example. The second example is how to change the word fine from masculine to feminine. You can say fine by saying كويس, كويس, like أنا كويس, I'm fine, كويس. And if you added the ta, it will be كويسة. كويسة. So كويس, كويسة. I'm just focusing on the sound so you can hear it well. But while speaking, we don't stress like that. We don't say كويسة. No, we say كويسة, كويسة, like normal speed. So, from masculine to feminine, the first sign was changing from up to down sound. And the second sign is adding a sound which is the ha sound. كويس, كويسة. And the last example for the second sign is عايش, which means live, plus the ta sound, عايشة. عايشة. So عايش, part, يش, the second part, and here we also changed the parts to عايشة. عايشة. So you can see here the first part was عايش, but here the first part is عايشة. So we added a letter to the first part and the second part contained the ha at the end. So عايش, عايشة. The third sign to change from masculine to feminine is adding a letter ya at the end. If you know the letters, you will already learn what does it mean by the letter ya. But if you don't, it's the sound of fi sound at the end. Like the word بتعمل. We learn it in the second class. بتعمل, بتعمل. So I will add the e letter, so it will be بتعملي. It's similar to changing from up sound to down sound, but here it's not like that. We are adding a letter. It's the feminine sign of many words and many verbs mainly. So بتعمل, بتعملي. Like when we learn بتعمل ايه, بتعملي ايه. Okay, so بتعمل is a verb which means do, and when I want to talk to a female, I will add the ye sound, so it's بتعملي ايه. The second example is بتدرس, which means study, plus the ye sound بتدرسي, بتدرس, بتدرسي. When we learned this sound, it was بتدرس a, and the feminine بتدرسي a. So the first one بتدرس, the other one بتدرسي. And the third example, which is so easy because it's the same, بتشتغل, which means work, بتشتغلي. So بتشتغل, بتشتغلي. And all the verbs like that. When you talk to a female and you want to say انتي and you want to add the verb to these pronouns, you have to add at the end the ye sound. So بتلعبي, بتشتغلي, بتدرسي, all of those verbs you have to add a ye sound at the end, A side note when you learn the feminine and masculine sounds is most of the cities are treated as a feminine word, like the city London. London, we treat it as a feminine word. Cairo, which means القاهرة, or Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. All of those words and all of those cities, we treat them as a feminine word. So it's only about cities, not about countries, because countries could be masculine and feminine according to the word itself. So it's a basic note, you have to know it if you are putting the city name in the sentence. You have to know that most of the cities are treated as a feminine word. So in this video, we talked about the feminine and the masculine in Arabic, and you have to put in mind that there is many changes in this area between other languages and Arabic. So you have to start practicing to train your brain that there are some changes between both genders.